Okay, Lowe's 2725, customer Stenson. This is an older home. We did have to do an EPA lead check on this, which came up negative, which is great. That means that we have no problems as far as tear out or any kind of removal. There's no upcharge for any of the EPA requirement for that as well. We'll be filing the documents for that when we file in the paperwork. I want to show you, though, this is unusual how the cabinets are done on the island, the peninsula, and your design that I looked at actually is a little bit, needs to be changed a little bit because of some of the factors of the appliances. But take a look right here from the edge of that window trim to the corner that is 14 inches of wall to the door trim. This cabinet in this new layout is going to project through this wall. In other words, from the back of that wall through 7 inches. It's going to hang out past that wall about 7 inches. And the reason I say that is because if you take a look at the spacing that you have in here, that spacing that's right there is only about 12.5 inches from the wall to the front of the countertop. And your cabinets in your design follow the inside line of that wall. And that's not what she's wanting to do. She's wanting to keep the space that she has here in the middle, and she wants to slide this area back to where it is now. So a check measurement for you is from the front of this countertop to that wall is 121.5 inches. And I put that in the middle of the floor plan. So when you lay these out, your frame measurements are going to be like 121.25 inches from the front of this to the right-hand wall, so that this goes into that deep enough that she has the same walk space. Now, the other thing, and I'll go back here to the drawing so you can look at it. The other thing is that when we do that, this is a 30-inch hybrid slide-in. This is not a base oven cabinet with a cooktop. So when this area slides back into this space, that's that 7-inch offset I'm talking about. This is going to end up being some 2x4s. Excuse me. Going to be some 2x4s or some paneling that will actually offset to that back wall. Just like what you see now on this, there will be no problem with the switches or anything like that. The countertop would actually turn and come just like it is here and actually go behind the door trim if you want that much overhang, but it'll definitely work just like this. It's just the cabinets under here will come out from the wall. So we need to have that paneled across to where the back of the island and the back of the actual stove is concealed on the back of that. Now, that being said, the base 18 that you have here, that'll slide back and line up with it so that they'll be the same. And this will be a single line across the back of the cabinets with this that has paneling. So we'll need some 2x4s to do that with and do this with. Probably two 2x4s for that to be able to finish out those with studding and wall materials. Now, you've got 82 inches on your length here. The existing cabinets are 84 inches long, so we need to make sure we're at least 84 to be able to hide the floor footprint. This is a sheet linoleum, and she is keeping it. So the footprint that we have that's in the floor has to be maintained to where we don't have a problem with that not showing. So we want to make sure that we keep that. Now let's keep on going. If you look at the elevation here on the window, this sink base is offset of the window. See here, there to there by about 3 inches. It is too far to the left. She does want this in the center of the window. Take a look here. Center of that is the center of the window. So we want to make that corner cabinet an asymmetrical easy reach, EZR 3336 right from the LDC. The LDC is the Lazy Susan diagonal corner. And also with that door being a left-hand hinge, it would have hit the front of the dishwasher anyway. The door would have opened into the appliance. So this being an L-shaped corner, similar to what we had going over here, is definitely going to be better. But more importantly, she wants that sink center of that window. Now, adding a dustboard above this, these are 39-inch cabinets. So adding a dustboard above this, a furniture shelf 1296. We want that because there is a light. If you look up under here, there is a light up there, and she's probably going to have us reinstall that light and maybe put a new light fixture up. So talk to her about what she wants there. Plenty of room for a 30-inch fixture if you want. That is a switched wire on the other side of the room, but it is something that she has now. She does not want any margin on the window, just like you have. She wants zero margin. Bring it right up to the edge, just like the other cabinets were. See right here? Both sides were zero margin. And then the other thing is, because this line right here, this line of the countertop is sliding back, right? This is sliding back approximately 11 inches from where it was. This is going to have to change from a 9-inch and a square corner base to probably a blind corner base, 42-45, and then the exposed area will have to panel that, and then you'll have a small cabinet that comes in here beside it. That's where the 9 is probably going to come back into. So this will become a blind corner base here, and the 9 will move to this space, and then there's an exposed area here that we might have to panel to show that. But that has to happen that way for the countertop to slide back into that opening. Now, the last thing to talk about is the other wall here. We're going to omit the microwave cabinet hood here above, make that a 33-39. These M panels do not have to be 3 inches. In fact, at a 100.5-inch wall, 99 inches of space would be our maximum cabinet box on that wall. So what we looked at doing was making that a 3/4 M panel, 3/4 M panel, 37 space for sure. And then we look at making this a 24 diagonal wall. That way it's not got such a small door. This would be a 33, and then this one will become a 21 on to the left of it. And that diagonal wall corner, the 27 is 15 inches deep on both sides instead of the normal 12 inches deep. And what she has here now is just the normal 12-inch depth cabinet like you see. Continuing on, that would make it a larger drawer base on the bottom as well. So you get a lot more cabinet space when these M panels are smaller. The smaller M panels are flush. They already have finished edges on them. They have finished fronts and backs. No upgrades to them. We do want them 96 inches tall. And remember, this is the outside corner of a wall. This right here is the outside edge. See right here? That's the switch for the light, but that is an outside wall, so we cannot exceed the length of that wall with our moldings or our cabinet line. Now let's talk about the hutch over here. So this is a single space wall right here. You've got a set of switches, you got a thermostat, or got a thermostat there or something, and then you've got another piece over here. It's part of the alarm system. That's a 36-inch cabinet above there. And so this spacing from the corner of this to here is very tight. So going back to 15 inches deep is definitely going to make things a lot better as far as the egress in the living room, carrying furniture and stuff through. But what we talked about was doing a open microwave shelf here with like a wall 27-18, increased depth to 15, doing paneling in the back of that, doing a furniture shelf here with an OG edge on the front edge of it, and then doing furniture shelf sides. Okay, and building this like a hutch, you know, left, right, top, bottom, finished interior, base 27, reduced depth to 15 with full height doors, and maybe a flush toe area with OG pilaster molding wrapped on the bottom of it. This is what I'm calling the hutch area, and again, it's not got any space on the drawing. It's where the 36 was standing here before. Otherwise, I think that's it for this kitchen. Quite a few changes, especially in these dimensional changes around the wall. So if you have questions on this, feel free to give me a call. We'll go over it. Send me some information and we'll look over it, make sure it's going to work out good for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call at 423-650-1051. Have a good day.